If you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We are rolling, Max. We move on to especially two real marquee matchups, but three great late night games. We're starting at 9 p.m. Eastern here. I'm really excited about your breakdown. North Dakota State Bison, 0-4 this year. At South Dakota State, Jackrabbits sitting at 3-2. There's a Sanford, Pentagon, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is the Dakota Showcase. South Dakota opening up at 8.5-point favorites. This total at 139.5. North Dakota State has faced a tough opening schedule. They started with a 62-48 loss to Nevada. Now, that was in Lincoln, Nebraska, before they lost three straight road games. The first one against the Cornhuskers, 2 days later, 79-57. Then they went on the road for two tough games. They lose to a really strong Creighton squad, 69-58. And then they lose at Kansas in a tight 65-61 loss. Tough opponents. They're only averaging 8 assists per game. They're shooting just 34.1% from the field. Then we come to South Dakota State, coming off two tough road wins themselves. First, an impressive 71-68 victory at Iowa State, followed by an 88-84 win at Bradley on Friday night. Max, against Bradley, they went 17 of 26 from 3 and 12 for 33 from 2. Crazy statistics. This is fun. The Dakota Showcase, North Dakota, South Dakota. Let's go.
Yeah, Jim, I think that this is a game where you really have to be careful of how you judge and classify North Dakota State. With North Dakota State, listen, with Rocky Crozer in the front court, a 6'10" guy in the summit is definitely a weapon that you got to use and use some more. Sort of like a really good lady of the night. But I'll tell you this, Jim. The problem I have with North Dakota State is going to be a problem that I'm going to keep on talking about every time I talk about them. I don't trust the backcourt scoring. This was a team that you've gotten used to over the last couple years being very effective at slashing, being very effective at three-point shooting. And when I look at guys like Tyree Eady, with Jarius Cook and Sam Griesel, they don't inspire that same kind of confidence in me. Now you're talking about going up against South Dakota State. South Dakota State may not be the three-point shooting weapon that they used to be, but they got shooters. And Noah Friedel, he's done a really good job of doing that. He's coming off a 6-make three-point game. He's averaging 19 on the season. You still have Douglas Wilson there, probably one of the best JUCO additions that the program ever made. Plain and simply, the guy's a double-double machine. He's an anchor on the defense. He inspires his teammates on the floor. He's a verbal and vocal leader, not one of these I just do it and you follow my lead. With this South Dakota State team, they do a good job of shooting free throws, so you definitely have to keep them out of the paint. You have to push them out to the three-point line and really clog up those lanes to the bucket. I think that's where you want this team shooting the basketball from the mid-range and from beyond the arc. When it comes to South Dakota State, they got to get to 80 in this game. They got to get to 80+. That's their recipe for success in this one. You do not want this to turn into a free throw battle. You will lose minutes off your life. I tell you this now. This is a team that, with their 45% three-point shooting percentage against the quality of opponent that they've done so against, it's probably legit. This is a team that had a stable of sophomores that have now grown into their role in another year. They share the ball well. They move the ball well. They win on the glass. They limit their turnovers. And if they keep their turnovers to under 13, I think that they're going to win this game. I think that they're going to cover this number. And I think that North Dakota State is going to have troubles getting past 60. But if they don't get a good start and they don't lock down defense early and really push these guys out to the perimeter, then North Dakota State's going to be able to do what they want on offense, which is get high percentage looks and try to get to the free throw line and score with the defense standing still and the clock stopped. So South Dakota State's a spot for me. I'll be looking at a first half number if I can get anywhere between so let me just clarify this. When I say I want to get a number between a number, if the number crashes and it goes below that range, then I have to reevaluate if that number is fugazi or not.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's why I always say the range.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. That helps a lot. Okay. We'll get into that in a second. But okay, so first half, what is your limit, or what do you want it between?
Yeah, I'm gonna need at most 7 and probably around 4.5. So 4.5 to 7 would be my range on it, and then anything below that or above that, I start to reevaluate.
And do you want them full game at 8.5?
If I can get 8.5, yeah, absolutely, I'll take the 8.5. I know it sounds a little square to be taken in such a rivalry game, but like if you have power rankings, you're gonna see that this matchup could get a little out of hand, especially with the talent discrepancy.
All right, I like it.